So for game number 1, all right, we're gonna be working on some hip toss and some single leg stuff today, because the single leg is a really good counter to the hip toss, so it kind of makes sense to work them together. But the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna practice our grips, right? So I'm gonna start out with, not you. So we're gonna start out with a collar grip and a sleeve grip, all right? So partner A gets to start with a collar grip and a sleeve grip. Remember, for those of you who've not done a lot of gi before, you're not allowed to reach inside the grip, inside the gi sleeve like this, because if he starts twisting his arm around, it's gonna twist my fingers up and that can hurt you really bad. So we can either grab like a pistol grip, so we grab it and we bunch it together like this. We can grab it as a cat's paw grip, so I roll it and I grab here. Or if you just wanna grab like the side, that's totally fine. Just don't reach inside the sleeve, right? You are allowed to reach inside the collar, so I'm gonna go thumb inside the collar and I'm gonna grab nice and high. For those of you that have been here for a while and done a lot of no-gi, you wanna think about this like a collar tie, right? So I'm gonna be up here, I don't wanna be like down here by his belly button, right? So I'm up here, nice and high, right? I've got my elbow pinched in, and I've got my sleeve grip, right? My job is just to maintain this grip as long as I can, all right? I can't win this game, I'm just trying to get a high score. Johnny's job is to pick up my leg, all right? He's just gotta pick up one leg, boop. If he elevates it, that's a win for him. And then we switch, all right? We alternate, we're gonna alternate every time there's a win, all right? If I'm being lazy with my grips, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm just chilling here, right? He's not even gonna have to break my grips, he can literally just pick up my leg, right? So I need to make sure that I'm being active with my grips, right? Right? I need to be active with my grips and with my good stance, right? So that he can't just grab my leg. He's gonna have to figure out how to break those grips first, right? Not everything wants to break. And then he's trying to try to elevate my leg, right? So every time somebody's able to elevate the leg, you're going to switch. So one person starts with the grips, right? My job is just to maintain grips. Other person's job is to break grips, right? And pick up the leg. Or if you can pick up the leg without breaking grips, totally fine too, all right? Any questions? Can I see one more time? Yeah. So I'm gonna start with a collar grip and a sleeve grip. If at any point I lose one of my grips, I can totally switch grips, right? But I do wanna maintain collar and sleeve. Notice I'm going same side. I'm not reaching across collar like this, right? I'm reaching same side here. Right? My job is to maintain these grips, right? I'm keeping a good stance, right? I'm moving him around. I'm not being lazy with my grips, right? His job is to figure out how he can get to my leg and elevate it. Just one leg. He's able to elevate my leg, he wins, and then we switch. Everybody good? All right, everybody grab partner. 1, 2, 3.
One here, one here.
We're going for 5 minutes, guys. We're gonna have...
I'm good. Alright, so
I'll switch it. Down, just punch him and make it look like an accident. I'd be a great coach.
How's it going?
I got a question.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna get it.
So he got my leg and then it took me. So for the starting position for this one, I'm gonna let you guys start in the hip toss position. All right. So I'm gonna have you go sleeve grip, and then the one that was on the collar is gonna come around, and you can go one of two places. I can either go. I'm not gonna throw you, don't worry. You can either go to the lat, which is here, right, and I can grab either just kind of onto the armpit or even onto the fabric, or if you prefer, if it's easier, you can just grab onto the belt. A lot of times when I'm doing these games with the kids, they have an easier time grabbing onto the belt. Personally, I prefer to grab onto the lat just because I feel like I have more control, and it also translates better for no-gi. So if you want to be able to do these throws no-gi, I would recommend trying to do more towards the lat. But feel free to go wherever you feel more comfortable with. If you feel like you want to start out with the belt and then move to the lat, that's totally fine as well, right? I want you guys to pay attention to where my hip placement is, right? See how square my hips are with his hips, right? I'm not just being like here, right? I'm not gonna be able to throw him from here. I'm not gonna be able to get good elevation from here. I need to make sure that I'm fully turned and I've got my hips fully square, and I'm not way over here either. That's usually where people run into trouble with this elevation drill, is they're a little bit too shallow and they're not fully underneath their partner. Does everybody see that difference? All right, from here, all right, this is the starting position. So one more time, how to get into the starting position. I grab the sleeve, however you want to grab it, it's totally fine. I don't care. I personally prefer a cat's paw grip. Whatever you want to do is totally fine with me. All right. The hand that was on the collar is going to either go to the lat, or it's going to go to the belt, whichever one you prefer. All right. From here, my job is to elevate him as many times as possible. I'm not throwing him yet. All right. So try to be mindful of your partner. Right. We're just elevating. Both feet come off the ground as many times as I can. All I'm doing here is I'm keeping this grip, right? And I'm keeping this grip, and I'm just popping my hips up. I'm not expending a ton of energy, all right? His job is to figure out how to escape this position and pick up my leg, right? So all he's trying to do is he's trying to turn, so he turns around and he tries to pick up my leg. That's it. If he picks up his leg, he wins. And then we switch. And then he would be in the hip toss position. He's trying to elevate me as many times as possible. And then I'm trying to get to the single leg. Yes, Trey.
Where should your head be?
Where should your head
Should it be down or up, or is it like, does it matter?
I don't think it matters a ton. I wouldn't necessarily be like looking down at the ground, because then you might fall over. But beyond that, there's not like a, you're talking about the person that's throwing, I'm assuming, yeah. I don't think that it matters a lot. Any other questions? No? Okay, so one more time. Position, right? Where people get tripped up also is they try to go from here and then they just come around. This one leaves the collar, right? So I'm going sleeve, I come around, I'm either in the lat or I'm on the belt, whichever one you prefer. My hips are nice and squared up. I'm in a good stance. My feet aren't super close together, right? I'm just trying to elevate as many times as possible. I can't win, all right? Sean's job is to figure out how to pick up a leg. As soon as he's able to pick up a leg, he wins. And then we switch. Everybody good? Yeah. All right, everybody, 1, 2, 3.
One is probably easier than the
You can
other.
start there.
More on the rib. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think like you use like the bottom of the dip.
Oh, okay, I see.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the key to throwing is to get your hips in the well, you do have an advantage.
Oh, right.
Trying to throw you, I gotta get way down.
Oh, wait, are you switching or are we going?
Yes, switch up.
That was a good, good stand on the grip.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's wrong with Sometimes I think
Got it, Tommy. Pick up that leg.
It's hard to get if you put your whole leg out there.
So we're going to start with the same grips that we had in the first game. Alright? So I'm going to have collar nice and high, and then I'm going to have sleeve. However you prefer to grab the sleeve is totally fine. Remember guys, we're not grabbing a cross collar grip, we're grabbing same side grip. Everybody see the difference there? So this would be a cross collar grip, I'm grabbing a cross like I'm doing an X choke, right? This would be a same side grip, meaning I'm grabbing the same side, right? My job is to get from here to the hip toss position and elevate both feet, all right? If I'm able to elevate both feet, I win, all right? Johnny's job is to pick up the single leg, same as the first game. So if he's able to pick up my leg, that's a win for him. And we switch, all right? So both players can win now. We're not quite throwing each other yet. We will get to that, I promise. But we're just starting. So remember, we're keeping nice and high with our grip. If you wind up losing your grip, feel free. You can always just get it back, or you can switch it to the other side. It's totally fine, right? But your job is to go from sleeve grip, collar grip, to hip toss position, elevate both feet, all right? His job is to figure out how to pick up one leg, all right? He picks up my leg. Remember, even if I'm here, right, and I get all the way to here, if he figures out how to pick up my leg before I'm able to elevate him, that's still a win for him, all right? So every time somebody wins, we switch positions.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions? Mm-hmm. Everybody feel pretty good? Everybody see it again?
Maybe.
All right. Everybody got part? Oh, you go.
I want to see it again.
You want to see it again?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got a collar grip and a sleeve grip, all right? Whichever sleeve grip you prefer, all right? My job is to get from this position all the way to my hip toss position, elevate both feet. If I'm able to elevate both feet, I win, all right? If his job is to try to figure out how he can pick up a leg, if he's able to elevate one leg, remember we're only picking up one leg, guys. If he's able to elevate one leg, then he wins. Regardless of who wins, we always switch. Makes sense?
Uh-huh.
Everybody good? Everybody see it in the time? All right. Everybody got partner? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yep. Perfect. Yep. Just like that. As long as the feet
ready?
No?
Good job, good. Could I?
It's like I'm so close, I gotta get this one.
Alright, you try to tell me.
I think I'm realizing what the key is. I like figuring it out.
It's the point of the game. We're trying to figure it out. It's good.
That's called me not penis the way I grab his foot. I thought I
Nice.
Yeah, that's right.
No.
That was a good
I understand the key, I think. I just... You're doing it right. Oh, let me recreate that meme. Send me a screenshot of how.
Nice, Les.
My way
Beautiful. That was really good.
on my way there.
Yeah, sorry.
I was just down.
Rip my way to the leg.
Man, it's my hand on that. It's over there. Two back here.
Here.
You know, worst thing is Tracy here.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I got that one on camera.
That was good. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean, do you do it when you're more down? I would do what I was doing. I was doing like more out here and you could predict me. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do this last game in shifts because we've got a lot of people here, and so I don't want everybody like falling on top of each other. But I'll use Johnny for this one. Actually, do you feel comfortable falling?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You'll be fine. Okay, so we're starting in this position, right? I'm starting collar grip, sleeve grip, all right? My job is to get all the way to the hip toss, all right? So just like we were doing with our break balls this morning, excuse me, at the beginning of class, we wanna make sure that we're slapping the mat. We're not posting and reaching out behind us because we can hurt our arms, right? And we wanna make sure we're keeping our chin nice and tucked so that we don't hurt ourselves, right? So I'm gonna throw you, right? So I come around. See how he kept his head up and he slapped out, right? That's what's gonna prevent you from getting hurt. I would recommend, if you have not been thrown before, doing one or two nice and easy with your partner, nice and controlled. I'm not like trying to kill Johnny, okay? If you're like really having to force the throw, something's not right? So if we're trying to force it and it's not working, we don't just keep forcing it, right? Because then somebody could get hurt. We want to make sure that we can use our strength, absolutely. I'm not saying don't use strength and don't try hard to get the technique. I'm just saying don't start to spaz. Like if I really can't get it, I'm not just gonna be like going crazy, right? I want to make sure that if something's not working, I'm making sure that I'm trying to see, okay, where are my hips aligning? Am I too close? Am I not close enough, right? So one more time, my job is to go from sleeve and collar. I need to figure out how to get to the hip toss position and throw, all right? His job, turnabout's fair play, right, is to pick up my leg and finish a single leg, however he would like to finish it. Again, notice, big slap, I'm keeping my head up, right? These are mats, obviously, so like, it's not gonna be like you're doing this on asphalt or something, but we still wanna make sure we're protecting our head by keeping our chin tucked, right? And that we're protecting our arms by not posting out behind us, and we're slapping instead. Any questions?
When you finish the throw, you're following them all the way down to stay on top.
I typically do, just because I like to stay close to them. It gives me a little bit more control. The one con with the head and arm, with the hip toss, when you do it this way, is if I'm not careful and I don't follow him all the way down, if I lose this arm, I can start to pop out and take my back. Right. So I prefer to just keep a nice tight grip from there.
Can you do it again?
Do it again? He's like, all right, I want to see Johnny get through it. Do the single leg again?
No, just I want to see this.
Sorry, this way? Yeah. All right, so I've got collar, I've got sleeve, right? Remember, I'm stepping in and I'm turning my hips, right? I can either grab the lat or I can grab the belt, right? I'm going to elevate first, right? So the same steps as we've been doing. You good? Sorry.
Okay.
All right? I'm following him all the way down. Thank you for taking so many falls. I appreciate it. Is that good? Can you see it again?
No, I just
No.
I don't know if this is silly, but is it like equivalent to like a gator roll or like a darts or something?
It's not totally different because you still are controlling the head and arm the same way that you would like a gator roll or darce. I think that's a good observation.
Yeah. Cause like, I don't know. I feel like I've like given up on the darce. It's still there if I grab the belt. I think. I don't know. I'll work on it.
I wouldn't necessarily say that you are going to darce from there, but it's a similar movement to like the gator roll where you're controlling the head and arm and using that to take them down, if that makes sense. Yeah. Any other questions? Go ahead and throw, Marty. All the way over. You got it. You got it. Yep. Nice. Good job. Once there's a win, switch rolls, and then once somebody wins again, then you switch out for another group.
I landed on the wings, so.
That's okay.
I didn't notice that I like almost like
Body lock.
body locks, and like I feel like that made it harder.
Yeah. So that can sort of have like a swing out in elevation. So it's just like once she figured out how to like throw and go from confidence, there won't be any time for body lock. Yeah. So switch rolls. I don't know what happened. I wasn't.
We're still going at it.
Yeah. So you guys should each get to play one time in each roll, and then hop out.
That's some great style, though.
I'm sorry.
What? Don't be sorry. Alright, you guys hop out and
No, I can do so first.
yeah, do one each so you can just practice getting through. So I would slap the palm down this time. So instead of this thing might look like a high five in the back. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, you got it.
No, okay.
Turtle man, turtle club. Are you turtling up for the turtle club?
Nice.
Yeah, that's kind of
Am I still allowed to go for the single leg?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still trying to finish. You can try to finish the single leg.
You win if you take him down with the single.
Woo! Nice. Good break, Foster. Alright, whichever two of you three want to hop in.
That's a beautiful throw.
Those are great throws. Alright, Sean, yeah, pick it up.
Oh, I didn't know what you said.
Nice! Very good, Jeffrey. It's hard. Take him down, Jeffrey.
Does it win?
If he can take him down, yeah. Nice. Sweet. Let Andrew work in with one of you guys. Here you go, Sean. Here you go.
good, man.
Get that foot out. There you go. Nice, Andrew. Really nice. There you go. Nice.
That was only first half.
Yeah, they both.
There you go, Andrew. Yeah, take it down, take it down.
Nice.
Really good. Alright, we'll let them finish and then we'll call it. There you go. That worked.